Do you know what? I don't know if you noticed this. Wonder Woman, it's like buses.
Yeah.
You wait years and years for Wonder Woman to appear on a cinema screen, and then in the space of 12 months, 3 times.
Yeah.
3 times. So we had Batman, Superman, and we had Wonder Woman. Yeah. And, tell a lie, 4 times, because Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Professor Marston and the Wonder Women, which we're about to talk about, and then Justice League, which is next week. Okay. So, Professor Marston and the Wonder Women, which is written and directed by Angela Robinson. This is the biopic of the guy who created Wonder Woman. Oh. Okay, which, believe it or not, is a far more interesting story than you would think. So, his name is William Marston Malden. William Malden Marston, sorry. And he's played by Luke Evans. Okay, so Gaston is Professor Marston. The Wonder Women are his wife, Rebecca Hall, and their lover, Olive Byrne, played by Bella Heathcote. So I think most people know Bella Heathcote now from, she's the stalker chick in 50 Shades Darker, and I think she was in Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, and...
Not Captain America, then.
Not in Captain America, no, she's not had a Marvel role yet. So, the idea is, he invented the lie detector. All right. That's the story. He invented the lie detector. He was the college professor who invented the lie detector. He takes on an academic student, an academic sort of support worker who's one of his students, who's Olive Byrne, and she falls in love with both he and his wife, who both in turn fall in love with them. They enter into a polyamorous relationship back in a time when there really wasn't a term for it. Okay. Right. They are quickly ostracized by their community. They move away. They try to live a relatively, a relatively discreet life. Okay. And given that he can't really work in academia, he basically comes up with the character of Wonder Woman, who is based on an amalgamation of both women. All right. So, all the sort of headstrong stubbornness of his wife and all the physical presence of their lover. Here's a clip.
A comic book, Bill?
Well, it's perfect. I'm going to inject my ideas right into the thumping heart of America. I mean, I'll get a real artist to draw it properly.
She's an Amazon princess that lives on an island of all women.
Paradise Island.
And a man crash lands on the island.
Yeah, Steve Trevor the spy.
And she wears a burlesque outfit.
Well, it's athletic.
And silver bracelets.
They deflect bullets.
And all her friends and helpers are sorority girls who have spanking parties, and everybody fights Nazis and rides in an invisible plane.
Yes.
Yeah, you can kind of get a sense of the tone from there, can't you?
Sounds so simple.
It really does. Right, this is great. This is really something. A lot of the success of it comes from the casting and the writing that they're all afforded. There's a heart and a warmth to it. Not quite the same heart and warmth as Paddington, admittedly. Very different. There's a lot of very sharp and concise storytelling at play for a character-driven romantic drama of sorts. This is really a cut above. It has issues, and those issues really relate more to its depiction of reality than anything else. Okay. And that ordinarily is something I wouldn't consider, because obviously reality has nothing to do with the film, unless that film ends with kind of showing you the reality. Right. And a film that's built on the romance and the goodwill that this is, it then ends with that stock thing of let's put up pictures of the real people. Yeah. Right. The problem is, once you discover that Luke Evans is a good 25 to 30 years younger than the actual Professor Marston was, and that his wife was more or less the same age, the story suddenly becomes a little bit seedier. Oh. Yeah. And the problem is that once you've gone through the entirety of this film and been charmed by it and been wowed by it and actually been really taken in by it to the extent that you have, that feels like a bit of a gut punch at the end. Because you think, okay, well, I feel that kind of cheapens it a bit now. I feel like you kind of should have left that be.
Probably why they did it at the end.
Yeah, just skip the true story pictures. Just cut to the end. Give us the text on the black screen. That would have been fine. Don't give us the photos, and then basically recast the whole movie in our mind. Because the guy looked more like the actor Tracy Letts or Bruce Davison than he did Luke Evans. So the evil senator from the first X-Men movie.
All right, there we go.
There you go. Yeah, he looked more like him than Luke Evans.
Oh wow.
So, yeah, there is that. Having said that, it's a really romantic, really powerful story, and there's some great imagery in it. There's a shot, for instance, of a bleary-eyed Luke Evans, from his point of view, of a figure walking into a room in a blurry haze, and then that figure splitting in two, because it turns out his wife and girlfriend have been walking one behind the other, and it's a wonderful shot that I think kind of defines the film. There's a lot of like visual in-jokery as regards the Wonder Woman mythology, things like, oh, look, silver bracelets, because Olive wears silver bracelets, so it becomes a staple of the character. There's lots of stuff like that. And actually, it's a really cleverly done idea. This, for instance, is light years beyond Goodbye Christopher Robin, for instance.
All right.
Way better than that. Or, for instance, Finding Neverland. But which was already better than Goodbye Christopher Robin, but Goodbye Movie. That's all. But no, I really liked it. I was solidly impressed by it. I think it could have done without that little sting at the end. But
which you gave us at the beginning of the review. If you'd have done it at the end.
I'm preparing you. It's like the mountain between us. You wish you'd gotten to that bit first so you could just know the whole movie was going to suck rather than the last third. But,
On screen.